Hey everyone, it's Joel and Sebastian, EV Geek Studios, and today I'm interviewing Sebastian. Why is that? Because he just got himself a new EV. All EV household now, traded in the gas car. We're gonna talk about what he chose, why he chose it, and kind of just the whole process of picking up a new EV right before the tax credit expires. So stay tuned.
Should be.
Okay. All right. So, Sebastian, new EV. First off, were you actively looking for a new car?
I mean, loosely in the sense that I like to keep a pulse on kind of what pricing is for various models, just in general. I feel like it helps to kind of stay better informed and be able to provide more informed takes on stuff. So like I was loosely looking, because also in the back of my head it was like, man, it would be nice to drive a second EV. But like it wasn't like an active search.
Gotcha. So let everyone know, what was the non-EV car you have in your household?
Yeah, so we had my 2019 Chevy Bolt, which y'all have seen many times if you've been on the channel before. Driven it to Austin, taken it all over the place so far. And then we had a 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe with the 2.4 liter engine, all-wheel drive, had around 110,000 miles on it. You say I drove it hard. It wasn't that bad.
Yep.
Anyway, so those were our two cars. We'd had the Santa Fe for about 4 years. Almost 4 years. It would have been 4 years in December. And we bought it with 18,000 miles on it. So put almost 100,000 miles on it in that 4 years. And I mean, has been perfectly fine. Hadn't had any major issues or anything like that.
So a lot of people want to know, or I want to know, did the tax credit affect you purchasing this vehicle? Because we all know tax credit's going away here and as we record this in less than 30 days. Did that have an impact on your decision?
No, because
why?
I couldn't use it.
So why couldn't you use it?
I bought a Bolt 2 years ago.
So a lot of people don't know that around the rules of the tax credit. So what are those rules?
Yeah, and it's also one of those areas that's kind of gray. And the IRS doesn't provide amazing information to help you answer the question. So when I bought my 2019 Bolt 2 years ago, it was before they did point of sale tax credit or anything like that. So I had to actually file it when I did my taxes.
Same with me, yep.
And got my $4,000 tax credit for the Bolt. The thing is, you can only claim that tax credit once on the used EVs, one time every 3 years. And the way the document is written, or the code is written, is it's like once per individual, which some people interpret to mean, husband and wife, for example, each could claim it. But other people interpret it, since you're filing your taxes jointly, the individual is the whole tax filer.
Gotcha.
So in that case, it would be the joint couple.
Because you filed jointly.
Right. And so because of that, I was erring on the side of caution and assuming I probably couldn't do it.
Yes.
Plus, finding dealerships here in Arkansas that actually do tax credit point of sale.
Not many.
Not many. Yep. Hard to do. Our good friend Colin at Evolve does it.
Yep.
And I mean, there are a handful of others
Even
that
a lot
do
of the
it.
newer dealerships don't even do new car sales point of sale for the tax credit. Yeah.
Right. Like for example, at the dealership I bought my car at, their whole part of their whole marketing shtick was they moved all the production, or most of the production, to the U.S. For federal tax credit purposes. They don't do point of sale tax credit.
Point of sale. Yep. One of their dealerships in their chain, I think, do it up in Northwest Arkansas. All right, so let's walk through the process now. So, got the itch. What got you the itch?
So the main thing was really, is like I've been ready at any time. I'm like, I'm cool to buy a new car. I like buying cars. I like driving cars. I like buying cars. If I can make it work financially, then I would love to do it. And I got a text from my wife, because she was the one who was driving the 2019 Santa Fe, just out of the blue one day, and because she was having to put air in a tire, which is something you have to do on any car.
So cars,
logically, it's hilarious. She sent me a picture, and she goes, "I'm so tired of this." She's like, "Find me an electric car so I can have to worry about less maintenance. And if you can find a way to make it work, please trade my car in." And I just was like, okay.
Get the thumbs
and
up.
So then we started actually looking. And that was really it. I also had in the back of my mind on the subject of, like, I wasn't actively looking, but Hyundai's 2.4 liter 4-cylinder is not known for its reliability. We had no issues with it. There's plenty of them out there that have no issues.
But once you get to 100,000 miles, you start getting a little
I start getting, especially knowing that they've had multiple class actions over that engine family for them just randomly dying or randomly grenading themselves and things like that. And I didn't buy, that was a car too we didn't buy from a Hyundai dealer. And so it didn't have the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, which I mean, we would have been out of by the time we sold it anyway. So it actually only got the 5-year 60 powertrain warranty. So there wouldn't have even been a leg to stand on. It's like, oh, well, the engine blew up like right after the warranty expired. You know, none of that would have really helped me any. And so that's kind of in the back of my mind. Again, had no issues, was fine, but still was a little bit of concern. And that said, you know, it had 100,000 miles on it. It had 100,000 miles of wear on it. You know, the headlight had some condensation in it. It had been rear-ended at one point in its life. It had a piece of metal fly into the front of it, getting on the interstate. A flatbed trailer was going down, and the fender flew off of it, and it flew straight into the front of the Santa Fe. That one
Some weird accidents.
That one did $12,000 worth of damage.
Not your typical accidents on that car.
And then the other one was we were over by the Barnes & Noble and got rear-ended.
So, and before giving it away, what was on your short list of EVs?
Yeah, so
price range, short list, tell us about
coming from a Chevy Bolt.
Yeah.
I had some pretty obvious ones, in addition to just kind of having some like for our family ones. So I wanted an SUV. Mainly because like the Bolt is fine. Now that you've actually been with one for a little while, you've seen way more room on the inside than you think they have. It's a really well-designed package, but you do lose cargo space. You know, it's still a narrow car. It's still small.
It's not a fun car to take an 8-hour road trip in.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially too, second issue, Chevy Bolt, you know, 50 kilowatt peak DC fast charge speed. You're basically stopping for an hour.
That was fun on the way to Austin. Yes.
Yeah. So that, you know, isn't great. And then also only having a 260 miles EPA range, which is more like 200 miles, like 70 miles an hour. Anyway, love that car. Great car. Has been super reliable. No major issues. Has a brand new battery in it, or at least had a brand new battery in it.
Has a brand new window in it.
Has a brand new windshield and side window. Great car. Still have it. Still love it. But, so that was kind of where I was coming from. So because of that, I knew we wanted an SUV. I don't think Allison actually cared. I personally wanted something I knew if I took on a road trip, we could make reasonable stops with.
Yep.
And I wanted something that had good tech, has good performance, has not performance in the sense of like is fast, but just like drives well, doesn't drive like crap.
Yep.
I wanted something too.
Basically, you didn't want an older Model Y is what he's saying.
I wanted, my wife was, you know, she will always say that she didn't actually care.
Yeah.
But I knew she would want heated seats.
Yep.
I knew because I heard her oogle over it in the Bolt, she wanted a heated steering wheel. And just like, and I knew I wanted to make sure I had like adaptive cruise, blind spot monitoring, lane keep, all that stuff. Because the Bolt has lane keep, but it doesn't have adaptive cruise. It does have blind spot. Anyway, knowing all that, so here's where my short list kind of ended up after going through and thinking about all the cars we've driven in the last, you know, year and a half. Equinox.
Okay.
Base model. Because that would put me at 35 grand before tax credit, which I could qualify for the $7,500 tax credit. Hello, geese.
Sweet landing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I knew I could do the $7,500 tax credit because you can do that one basically as many times as you want.
Yep.
But
they're hard to find.
Right. 35 grand would put it at 27.5, and also the $35,000 one doesn't have heated seats, doesn't have Super Cruise, has basic lane keep, blind spot monitor, adaptive cruise, and while it does have 315 miles of range, 150 kilowatt peak DC fast charge speed, 10 to 80, I think is still roughly 40 minutes.
Yep.
Better than a Bolt. Not quite where I wanted. That said, we also have driven them. Super impressed with the way they drive, handle, they're comfortable cars. The Android Automotive system is pretty dang good. All that.
Yep.
Also was looking at EGMP. Looking at used EV6s or Ioniq 5s. I personally was leaning towards, if it was a car if I was looking for me, which we'll talk about that later, I probably would have gone EV6, but knowing that I wanted more of that, or we were as a family wanting more of that traditional SUV shape, Ioniq 5 was kind of more, if I found two at the same price, Ioniq 5 would probably win. Also, because they're built like freaking bank vaults. I had looked at ID4s. Now, ID4 has a lot of the similar issues that I had with Equinox in that DC fast charge speeds aren't amazing, but you can find them used at a good price. You can, they have heated seats, they have driver's assistance features, etc. Golly, those cicadas are going.
Yep.
Anyway, so those were kind of where I landed. And so then I started looking at inventory and what's here. And what I quickly found out, I couldn't find any Equinoxes.
Nope.
I could find, like, our local dealers had Equinoxes, but they were all higher trim levels, pushing 40,000 or more.
Yep.
And that was really, it's like, as much as I would have loved, you know, like an RS Equinox fully loaded, Super Cruise, all that, I didn't feel like that was a good financial decision for me at the time. Started looking at, when I looked at ID4s, I found a couple. We had our Volkswagen dealership here in Little Rock that we've worked with a few times, has some lease returns of base model ID4s. They wanted like 21, 22 grand for them. Was a serious thought. And then looking at EGMP cars. So our friend Colin has a 2023 Ioniq 5 SEL all-wheel drive on his lot with 18,000 miles, but he's asking 29 for it.
Great condition.
Great condition,
yes.
And that's a very fair price.
Yes, it is.
Because he told me, he was very clear. He's like, this is what I bought it for.
Yeah.
And so the price he has it sold, has it listed for, it's only like $400 more than he paid for the car.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a very
He probably
good price.
wouldn't love that I'm sharing that information out in public.
It had the matte finish. It had the all-wheel drive. It was clean. Yeah.
But he legitimately, when I was talking to him about it, he was willing to basically sell it to us at cost.
Yeah.
Or sell it to me at cost.
Yep.
And I kind of told him, I was like, well, that's still more than I wanted to pay.
Yep.
And I kind of gave him a list of kind of what I was looking at. What do these usually go for at auction?
Yeah.
And he gave me a number. He said like 26 to 27 is usually where he's finding them at auction right now. I was like, okay, good to know. And similar story on EV6s. And so then I started looking at inventory and found an EV6 up in Bentonville. They wanted at that time $26,500 for it.
It was a Wind or?
It was a Wind 2023.
So similar to mine. Yep.
Similar to yours. I think no, it was black.
It was black.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
But similar to yours. Rear wheel drive. And then looking at Ioniq 5s, I wasn't really finding much until you and I were talking about it, and you stumbled upon a white 2023 Ioniq 5 SEL with 40,000 miles at our Hyundai dealership here in Little Rock for $24,000.
Yes, and we assume it was a lease return based on the miles and things like that. That's
Right.
what we're assuming, so yes.
And so that piqued my interest.
Yep.
Because there's another car that I haven't really mentioned, Mach-E.
Yep.
Mach-E was considered, I love the way they drive. However, same kind of concerns I had with Equinox as far as slower charging.
You wanted to cut the charging time in half.
And because of the way Mach-E is, I would have wanted to get the big battery because of a standard battery has 240 miles of EPA range. And I wasn't able to find a big battery Mach-E in the price range I wanted. I don't know why I just stumbled over myself. Anyway, so went and looked at the 2023 Ioniq 5. Had you do some recon for me beforehand.
I did some recon.
Because in the picture, it looked like it was like dented in the back door, and I was like, oh, that would explain the price.
Yeah.
And then you went and did recon, and it's perfectly fine.
You asked me, you called me up one day, said, hey, stop by there. I said, I'm doing some running around. Let me look. Found it on the lot. Looked around, took pictures of it. I said, I don't see any dent on this vehicle. It may just be the way the light was hitting it. It does have some weird curves and angles on the side. So
I know that's a lot of talking that we just did.
Yes.
Ultimately, I bought the 2023 Ioniq 5 for 24 grand with 40,000 miles. And because we took it pretty much the day after you looked at it, we went down there. I took off work, and my wife drove it. She liked the way it drove just fine. She had no qualms with it, and got in. So we showed up there at like 11 o'clock. We were in the car leaving at 12:45.
Yep.
And that includes test drive time.
And they gave you a fair offer for your.
Yes, and they gave me a fair offer for Santa Fe. Like, felt good about the whole buying process. And part of the reason why that also intrigued me buying it straight from a Hyundai dealership versus Colin is while I would have loved to buy a car from Colin, the way Hyundai does their powertrain warranties is interesting. So the one I ended up buying was a certified pre-owned. So the only way you're getting a certified pre-owned is if you buy it from a Hyundai dealership and the dealership enrolls in the program. Certified pre-owned cars maintain the 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. If you don't buy it certified pre-owned and you're a second owner, they drop the warranty to 5 years, 60. And one of the things I called out was reliability as the things I wanted. The Ioniq 5s seem to be pretty solid, and the EGMP cars as a whole seem to be pretty solid, except for one thing.
It's that acronym, isn't it?
The ICCUs.
Yep.
So, with that in mind, I knew I wanted to find one that would
Yep.
keep the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And so, super happy we did it. Also, in looking at the vehicle history, it had the ICCU recall done in
Probably several.
June.
Yeah, probably went in for a couple of recalls. Yep.
I know it has a brand new 12-volt battery in it.
They put new tires on it.
It's got new tires on it. And yeah, so super pleased with that and happy that I get to keep the big warranty, you know, as part of the program. And I still feel like the price is super decent.
Yep.
Still looking at inventory kind of around us.
Yeah.
You know, I've in like a 500-mile radius is kind of where I was looking. There's a couple that are cheaper than the one I bought, but they're higher mileage and lower trim levels.
We found some with like 80,000 miles on them, things like that, yes.
It's like for what I got, which is a, again, 2023 Ioniq 5 SEL rear wheel drive, 40,000 miles.
Yep.
I still haven't seen any of the better pricing.
Nope. So you want to take a look at it?
Let's go take a look at it.
Let's go take a look at it. All right, Sebastian, why don't you give us a tour of your 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5?
Yeah, so this isn't going to be like a full review or anything because by the time this comes out, we'll have had our was that a 2024 we drove the first time, the teal one?
Yep.
Or the blue one?
And the 2025 coming out.
And the 2025 ones will hopefully be out.
Yep.
Because it's already uploaded.
It is.
And it's supposed to come out, so hopefully it comes out.
Yep.
And the 2025 wasn't limited.
Yep.
So this will share more with the 2023 that we drove, although I think that was an SEL as well. And this is a better option than that one is. Because Hyundai has trimmed down the SEL trim over the years.
Yep.
We can talk about that more.
Yep.
Anyway, but we'll just do a quick look at it. So these are the standard wheels on Ioniq 5 for this generation. 19-inch, they've got this like arrow design. I'm indifferent to them. However, when my mom saw them, the first thing she said was like, "Oh, I like the wheels." And I was like, "Okay, so 50-year-old women like it, I guess."
If it makes 50-year-old women happy, that's good for me.
My mom would hate that I just told how old she is.
Make sure we send her a link.
Coming around, you've got auto present door handles on all four sides. Also really like, after it's done beeping at me because I accidentally hit the pixel, it automatically will unlock when you walk up to it, which is really nice. And so if you walk up to the driver's side, it unlocks just the driver door. If you walk up on the passenger side, it unlocks all the doors.
Cool.
I actually really like that. It's been super handy. One thing it doesn't do, it won't lock itself.
Nope, it will not lock.
Which is really frustrating as someone who has a 2019.
They do make aftermarket kits to do that. We saw that, yeah.
As someone who has a 2019 Chevy Bolt, it locks itself. Why can't my 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5 do that from the factory? Especially since it can unlock itself.
It's one of those little things they left out.
Anyway, that said, the Ioniq guy, another fellow YouTuber, sells a little dongle that you can buy, and I'm considering buying it. I just have to decide if the inconvenience is worth $170 to me. Because he has a little module that works and it plugs into where you wire the trailer harness in the back of the car, so that when the car is off and you leave and there's no keys in it, after about 10 seconds, it will lock itself. Anyway. Yeah, auto present door handles. I'll go ahead and pop that open. You can take a quick peek at the interior. So one of the things I actually really liked about it was this one has the white interior, or light gray, I think is technically the color. And it's not leather technically, it's the synthetic, I think they call it H-Tex is what they call it. But
vegan leather.
it's close enough. And here you can see, I mean, it's a used car. It has somewhere, like you can see this little panel has a couple little chips in it. There's some scratching on the door. But for $40,000, honestly, this white interior has held up pretty good. There's a couple spots like someone had some blue jean rub off kind of right here on the edge of the bolster, but also that's the seat I sit in. I don't see it when I'm sitting down. So it came with those all-weather mats in it as well. Never heard of them before. Croc liners.
Never heard of croc liners.
You can take a peek in the back seat. This is one of the big things too. The SELs get the second row air vents, which as someone, if you pan over, who has a small child, is a huge, huge deal. You also see you get USB ports down there. I think, are the back ones USB-A too?
No, just USB. The old USB.
Okay. So anyway, I don't know when they
Which
switched to
would be
USB-C.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this one has USB-A, which is fine.
Mine
I
has
guess.
USB-A in the 21, so I'm assuming that it's probably the 25s that probably switched.
One of the things I love about Ioniq 5, which I haven't had a good chance to use yet, is the second row seats do move around,
Yep.
and you can tilt and recline and do all sorts of stuff. In addition, they fold flat, obviously. This being the SEL model year changes.
Yep.
So the 2022 SELs got the same lighting set package as the limited trim. So this had the full LED light bar design on the back, had the full fancy projector headlights. In 2023, they downgraded them to the basic lights in the rear and the reflectors in the front, which is fine.
Yeah.
But here you can see, you do still get, however, power liftgate.
Yep.
And this is one of the things that was super, uh-oh, that's warping in the heat.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
I'll have to get you another one.
so this is one of the things that was super pleasing to me. Good sized trunk. As someone who has a stroller back here usually, and we have a bunch of other stuff, where our daughter is almost potty trained. And so we're still having to change pull-ups every now and again, being able to lay her down in an actual trunk that's big, because she outgrew the Chevy Bolt trunk very quickly. And I still have some underfloor storage as well, where I can keep some adapters and
Plenty of adapters.
pull-ups and whatnot. You'll notice I have a 12-volt battery jump starter.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about that.
Hey, I got one too. Don't feel bad.
But yeah, this one does not have 360 cameras, which is one thing that's a bit of a bummer to me, because the Chevy Bolt has them, and they're really nice once you get used to them. Here, as we already talked about, is our charge port, and one of the huge reasons I bought the car, that over 200 kilowatt peak DC fast charge speed, 10 to 80, 18 minutes. So if they claim, we'll try it out. I'm at like 12% right now. So hopefully
We'll get to see some meaty
we'll get to see some meaty speeds. That said, I do have the first thing I have to get fixed on it.
You gonna take that off? Good night.
This apparently happens to all of them at some point. There's supposed to be little plastic caps on the end of those pins.
Oh, there are. Okay.
It doesn't seem to hurt how the operation of using it. But that apparently is such a frequent issue when these cars first went on sale, and happens to EV6 as well. So watch out for it. When Hyundai first started doing this, they didn't have parts for that. They would replace the entire charge port and harness, because it was all one unit. It's became such a frequent issue that Hyundai will sell you just the caps now.
Really?
They'll sell you just the little plastic caps, and you just push them on, hit them with a screwdriver to lock them on.
So can you buy them?
So I bought two.
Did you buy them from Hyundai, or can you buy them?
I bought them from a Hyundai reseller online.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I probably could take it to a dealership and
So
get
what's
it
the
fixed
price
under
for something like that cost?
like $5 each.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah.
Again, I was about to say I could probably take it to the dealership and got it fixed under warranty, but for $10 and not having to drive to Little Rock and leave my car in Little Rock, that was whatever. I have not ripped this off yet.
I'll need to check mine to see how mine look when we get back to the house.
Yeah, I also love having the pixel lights here.
Yes.
However, I have seen people make covers for them, so that you can hook them here and cover it up, so that when you're in a parking garage or whatever, people can't obviously tell if you're charging, not charging. It's not sitting there blinking to draw attention to yourself, etc. I also really like it does close itself. I've gotten to the point where I don't actually use this close button because I'm lazy. I literally unplug the car, get in, put it in gear, and just
see. My wife's 21, mine's 22. EV6 will not close itself.
Interesting. Yeah, this one, if you leave it open,
I pulled out of the garage and it says your port's still open. So.
Yeah, if you leave it open and you're sitting in the car and you're just sitting there, it does after a while eventually close itself. But as soon as you put it in gear, anyway, not a whole lot else to talk about. I have one other thing. We'll look at the front trunk because I've learned some stuff. You can look at the front too here. You can see, so this is where the majority of the wear on this car is on the front, which makes sense.
Looking at the things open and closed on there, yeah.
Yeah, so someone in the comments, if you watch this and you own an Ioniq 5, I need you to tell me if while the car is just sitting still, does yours also constantly open and close the aero covers? Because there's no codes or anything on the car. The car is not complaining.
Yep. We're watching them open and close here,
but like just sitting there, they will constantly open and close and open and close until you start driving. The world's smallest front trunk.
Yes, it is. By the way, Sebastian, what does this take you to?
The world's easiest
air filter.
Cabin air filter change. So I actually just replaced that.
Right here.
And you can see one of the things I want to talk about. Look how much space is in under here on the rear wheel drive
we
cars.
could have went down.
Do you want to know why there's that much space under it?
Why?
Outside of the US, they get a bigger front trunk. because Hyundai Kia didn't want to have to put a emergency release up here, they put the all-wheel drive front trunk on all the models. There are people that have bought the bigger front trunks from the Korean Hyundai parts stores,
put them in,
paid to import them, and put them in, because then it goes from like this like 3.5 gallon compartment to like 11.
Yeah.
Pretty decent bump.
Yep.
I don't know that I'll ever actually do that. We'll see.
Yep.
But I did think it was
you can
really
keep a blanket
interesting.
and a bottle of water up there.
I've also seen tons of people who will just take this whole insert out and they make their own front trunks out of like
Just
the big plastic Rubbermaids.
Yep. I mean, you can put some charging adapters up here.
I could, or I
Yep.
could just keep them in the trunk where they're at now.
Yep.
But yeah, world's easiest cabin air filter change. I did it yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Literally, people don't understand, it takes 2 minutes.
Yeah, if that.
If that.
Here's the aforementioned 12-volt battery. I'm not going to tell you why you need to know where that is on an EGMP car.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Figured out where mine was real quick. Yep.
And so yeah, I don't have super much else I want to talk about on this. I'm not even going to do like a full interior tour, because honestly,
Yep.
go watch one of the other Ioniq 5 videos. I did want to see. Okay, this one does actually say Hyundai on it.
Okay.
I've seen looking at these online, some of these say manufactured by Kia Corporation, and then some say Hyundai Corporation.
Really?
I haven't looked at mine yet. Anyway,
Is
so
that
this
a
is
wrap?
it.
All right, so we are on our way over to Franklin Charging. It's just about a 5-minute drive. So one thing I do love about the EGMP cars is the ride quality.
Yes.
Great ride quality.
Yeah. And like even in here, like it soaks up bumps pretty well. Like it's not like driving a BMW i7 or anything, obviously. But like for it to be a Hyundai or a Kia, it's really not bad. One thing I hate about EGMP cars is they don't remember your freaking one pedal setting.
Nope.
After a drive cycle, and so you have to remember to turn it on, which I usually don't remember until I try to one pedal, and then I'm like, why is the car still rolling?
You gotta pump your pedals.
And then you have to hit the paddle, but you can't hit the paddle while you're pressing the brake pedal, because then toes and conditions aren't met. So you have to get off of the brake pedal so you can turn it on. Anyway.
Yes. It's just little
it's
things.
fine.
Yes.
But also, what the heck?
And they haven't fixed it with their newer cars either, because my wife's 2026 EV9 still have to do it.
But allegedly, the Ioniq 9 remembers.
Why can't you just make everyone one big
Why can't everything be the same? Maybe it'll be a software update. Who knows? On the subject of software updates, so I had this car, since it was certified pre-owned, came with 1 year Blue Link.
Cool.
And it comes with all of the Blue Link packages, so I'll be able to get OTA updates whenever Hyundai releases them. However, the last OTA update Hyundai released was in April. And you actually don't have it on your EV6 because they pulled the update.
It was a map update, correct?
It was a navigation map update, whatever. And they actually pulled it because from what we found online, it was bricking people's infotainment systems, which makes me feel real warm and fuzzy about the fact that I have it on my car.
Because every time I get in my car and do navigation, it says map needs updating, call Kia customer service. I'm like, I can't update it. So I have to wait. I guess October is the next release date.
Which you should now. You said you have. Do you have the OTA?
I do. Yeah, we bumped up to, well, the Kia EV9 has it free for 3 years. So the life of that lease, it will have it. And then I bumped it up on the EV6.
Okay.
So I was on the mid tier, which doesn't get you the OTA updates. So I bumped it up to the top tier that gets you the OTA updates.
Gotcha.
And I haven't gotten any yet.
Something else and driving this around. The My Hyundai app is not anywhere near Tesla level, obviously.
Yeah.
But it is so much better than the Chevy app in like almost every regard. The fact that I can reliably open the My Hyundai app, refresh it, and get the current status of the car, which seems like a pretty
easy thing
basic,
to do.
easy thing to do.
And my son's Mazda app can do that, so.
It works on the Hyundai.
Yep.
I kid you not, I've had times where I've tried to do it on the Chevy and it takes over 5 minutes.
To refresh?
To refresh. And it'll be like, I know the car has just been driven.
Yep.
So it's not in deep sleep, anything like that. That car also has a brand new 12-volt battery in it, things like that. Like, the car's not asleep. Because it does eventually answer.
Yep.
But just stuff like that is infuriating. And the same thing, like you send a command through my Chevy app and sometimes works, sometimes doesn't.
I like the aspect on the new platform with Hyundai Kia. You can share the digital key.
Yes,
that is cool.
So this technically supports digital key.
Yep.
But it's the old school digital key that's NFC based, and so it only works on either NFC key cards, or you can use it on Android phones.
Okay.
But not iPhones.
Yep. With the way they do it now, that's shared through Apple Wallet.
Yeah. So your EV9 uses the Apple Wallet keys, which is the ultra ultra wideband, I think is what they call it.
Yep.
And yeah, it's super neat. We showed that off when we drove the video of your EV9. A really, really cool feature.
Because I hate carrying keys.
Yes. And I guess it seems to work pretty reliably.
I've never had any issues with it. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, other things I've noticed while driving this around. So it has been, let me see, 117 miles since I charged it last. I'm currently averaging 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour.
That's pretty good.
I still get on my commute home from work, I'm still able to get around 5 miles per kilowatt hour.
Really?
Which is like Bolt level efficiency.
Yeah.
And that's even with this being on non-EV tires. Like we mentioned before, it has new tires on it.
Yep.
And they put their Mastercraft Corsair Quest Plus. Sorry, that bump back there was...
it was aggressive,
It was aggressive. That wasn't the car's fault. Anyway, but they're definitely not EV tires.
Yep.
And I've still been able to get good efficiency on them. Driving up to your house this morning, so interstate, 75, 65, all this.
Nice weather.
Nice weather. Average like 3.3.
Yep.
Which is not bad for the size SUV this is.
Yep.
This has a 77.8 kilowatt hour battery pack. EPA range on it was 303.
Yeah.
The window stickers on the glove box, I think. We can look at it in a minute if you want.
I'm gonna look at it now.
That might not be the window sticker. That might be my dentist receipt.
That is your dentist receipt. I do not need that.
It's in there somewhere.
Yes.
I know.
We'll look at it in a minute.
We'll look at it later. Anyway, but I believe
it's 303, 305, 310 somewhere under.
And I have charged to 100%.
It's way above. It's way above 303, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's what I figured.
Which I mean, because it does operate on a guessometer's faces, and since I've been averaging 5 miles per kilowatt hour,
I think I charged my EV9, my EV6 at home to 100% when it was like 352. I'm like, I'm not getting 352. Yeah. But that's a nice number to see.
It is a nice number to see. But yeah, I mean, driving around. So I've actually been driving mostly in eco mode.
Yep.
And this is the rear wheel drive one, so this is the slow one. And honestly, it still feels fine even in eco mode.
Yeah, that's what we drive too.
It's I drive a Bolt, which isn't fast, but you still get the EV kind of instant torque.
Yep.
You get whatever, and even in eco mode, like, it still delivers power fine. I do appreciate this does still do the range recalculations based on drive mode.
Yep.
And so it's saying 30 miles in sport mode, 32 eco, 30 normal. And you can actually feel when I hit the button and change, you can feel it start pulling a little harder.
Now, does it do like the automatic updating we saw with the new platform from Hyundai Kia?
So it does want to do navigation using the built-in nav.
Okay.
Which that's another big thing. Yep. This car does precondition when you navigate to a charger. I have verified that does work. However, it does still suffer from the Hyundai Kia disorder. It won't precondition if the battery is below 20%. Okay. Which seems...
I don't think Tesla does either.
Really?
Nope. I remember driving my Tesla below 20% and it says due to the battery will not precondition.
Interesting. Because I was like, I feel like you should just be able to as long as you can make it there.
Yeah. I lied. That's Sentry mode that turns off. Never mind. There we go. I knew it was something, but it's Sentry mode that turns off. Yes, below 20%.
Yeah. Anyway, so so like right now we're not preconditioning, but it's 75 outside. We're not going to have any issues with that. But I did verify yesterday. I navigated to a charger just for giggles. I wasn't planning on actually using it. It did come up about 20 miles away on the screen and say preconditioning for optimal quick charging. Yeah. Which is what I wanted it to do. We're in sport mode. I mean, it feels fine. It's not super fast. It's
trying to drain that last 2%. Or
trying to get that last little bit of battery out.
So what's the plan when you get to Franklin Charge? What do you want?
Hopefully his 280 kilowatt station is available.
If not, we're gonna wait.
Yeah, that's one other thing. That station is not in the navigation yet. So if navigation has, it's a rocket. Yeah. Lovely. Anyway.
Already?
Yep. Right there in the middle. Yep. Anyway, and that was not there a few seconds ago. Yep. So in the navigation, they built in nav. It knows about his 2 CPE 250 units. Yep. It shows them. It lists them both at 62 kilowatts. It doesn't show them as the fact that it can do 125 paired, which I have plugged this into one in Hot Springs, his other location. And I mean, even at 60%, it ramps straight to 125 kilowatts, which is all the chargers can give. It has his FreeWire station listed, which is the 200 kilowatt unit. Yep. It does not have his 2 new ChargePoint Express Plus units.
So I'm wondering if that has to do with the map update, and when this update in April, they weren't technically maybe fully online yet.
I I guess that means, because I know the EV9 uses Google Maps for points of interest. So it gets updated with chargers pretty quickly. Yep. This, if it's not using that, I guess it only gets new chargers whenever you do an app update. Yep. Which is disappointing.
Because the in my wife's EV6, when we took it to Fayetteville, when we took the EV6 out, it did not recognize any of the like the Alma Tesla charger and things like that. So,
Right.
yeah.
Which I mean, that one had literally just opened.
Yeah, literally just opened. Yeah.
I mean, a better route planner doesn't even have that one yet. I passed it on.
I think your charger's open though.
And so yeah, but even all that said, the fact that it does precondition is good. The fact that it, in theory, like when I was looking at our trip we're doing in 2 weeks, which hopefully I can make a video on, we'll see.
Yep.
It's going to be like a 3-stop trip, and it says for the whole trip, 45 minutes of charging.
There you go.
To go around 600 miles. And he's like,
Yep.
you know what?
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Better than a Bolt.
Better than a Bolt.
You don't have to stop at gas stations.
And I'm not stopping at gas stations, yeah.
Now you do have the adapter to charge at the Tesla
Yes.
supercharger network. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, and this does support that.
Does it route though?
It does not route.
Yeah.
And I'll wonder again, I think Hyundai Kia got access to Tesla supercharger networks after that April update.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if they'll add the ability to route Tesla superchargers the next time they do a map update.
Yeah. You can select saying I have an adapter and it routes you. Yeah.
Or do they just continue to do how they do? Because you have your 2026 EV9, which is
opposite.
native NACS, and it will not route you to a CCS
It will not
station.
route to a CCS station. Nope.
They come up in the nav, you can manually route
Yep.
to one.
But it
It will not automatically
takes me to
navigate
Tesla all the time. Yep.
which seems weird.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you don't have the EV9 doesn't have this issue as bad. EV9 will do like 125 kilowatts on a Tesla. Or
Yeah, and
Tesla
hold it for a very
supercharger.
long time.
I can only do 97 kilowatts.
Yeah.
Because of the way the boosters work
Yep.
and the fact that superchargers don't currently support high voltage cars, and this is a high voltage car. It was showing like 762 volts, I think, when I charged it to 100%. Anyway, but yeah. So squirrel. We're on the highway. We're on concrete.
Yep.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's quiet.
This is
That was
okay.
one
This
thing.
is okay concrete. So
Yeah. That's one of those things when we test drove it, my wife immediately noticed. It was like, oh, it's like not, hey, low EV battery.
there you go.
Yay.
I've never seen 10%.
Yay. One thing that is a little annoying, the dings
Yes.
for everything.
I'll take a little picture of this.
It's not GM dinging,
Yep.
so it's not that bad.
Yep.
But like when you're using HDA2,
Oh my gosh, you just touched the line. Yes.
and every time it adjusts the speed limit, which I do appreciate in
Yep.
HDA2, when you have it set to the speed limit, it will automatically adjust the speed limit when the road adjusts. And it's smart enough to know if it sees a bad sign, it seems like,
Yep.
and the speed limit's absolutely crazy, it just won't do it.
It like-
Because yesterday, it did glitch out on me. The entire way up to Little Rock, it kept trying to tell me the speed limit on the interstate was 25 miles an hour.
Yeah,
And
you don't want to hit one of those minimum signs, like minimum 40, and it just drops to 40.
yeah, and I mean, literally, I would see it pop up on the screen. I'd pass the speed limit sign. I'd see it on the screen come up and say 70, and then literally a quarter mile later, it would bump back down to 25. There's no signs or anything that said it. It never reset my cruise control speed during that.
Okay, cool.
It kept it set to 70, and it did adjust to when I passed the 65 sign later,
Yep.
back down to 65, and then changed and said the speed limit was 25 again.
Yep.
But it has done pretty well. It does auto lane changing, all that.
There's an easy looped around right here.
Yeah. The lane centering sometimes is overly aggressive.
I can see that. Yeah.
I don't notice it on the interstate
Okay.
because the interstates are using the HDA.
Yep.
I notice the lane centering being really aggressive on my commute, which is not interstate, but it's just like 4-lane, 55-mile-an-hour highway, and it's pretty curvy and all that. And sometimes it gets the curve completely wrong.
Really.
And I have to and you can feel it pull hard on the wheel in the wrong direction, or it'll pull too sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and it's fine, obviously, because I'm still in control of the car.
Yep.
But it's just noticeably aggressive. So a lot of times when I'm commuting, I'll hit the button because you can actually independently turn off lane centering, but keep your lane keep,
Okay.
which is nice.
Yep.
And so you can see like while I'm hitting it, which they can't see, but you
Yep.
can see if the wheel pops up.
Yep.
The wheel goes away.
Yep.
And so I'll actually end up doing that a lot of times when I'm just set cruise control on my way to work, just because I don't want it to feel like I'm having to fight the car to stay in the lane. Anyway, I think we're probably low enough that we can go charge.
All right. We're going to head back down about 2 more miles, and we'll join you from Franklin Charging. All right, we made it to Franklin Charging with what, 8%, 9%?
8%.
8%.
I apologize, it's a little noisy out here. Again, we're right out of the interstate. Someone's got their window down, blasting the radio. Anyway,
JT's out here doing some landscaping.
or the guy that helps JT.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
And we're back.
But we're gonna get plugged in. So this is one of his new units, 280 kilowatts available, it says.
Yep.
I did park like a bit of a jerk because I don't want to share power. Sorry. I've already opened up the charge port. We've got the little cover open. I'm gonna tap the phone. This is a phone.
Yep.
I'm gonna use side A. Boom. Oh no.
There we go.
Remember how I said it would close itself after a while?
Yep.
Put it in. And now we just wait for the voice of God
To tell it's charging started.
and I'm hoping we see big power.
Here we go.
I'm gonna start ramping. See again, 8% arrival. We're already above Chevy Bolt levels, yay.
Yep. We're already above, almost above Tesla levels.
Not quite.
For what you actually can sustain, yes, you are. Look at that. Ooh.
140, 150. You can see close to the bottom of the pack, we're at 700-ish volts, and it's coming up now as you put onboard power. 190. Might be all at once at this voltage.
Yep.
About 265 amps. I was actually kind of expecting a little more.
Expecting low twos.
Yeah. Again, I guess as voltage climbs, though, we'll see it get higher. But even then, though, I'm still pumped. We've already added 2% in 1 minute.
Yep, it's still climbing.
3%. Yeah, so as voltage goes, it'll keep rocking. But yeah, I'm pumped. And so we are recording this charge curve on the inside, so we'll do a whole video. We'll show off the whole curve, hopefully. If there's any weird anomalies, we'll see it. If there's not any weird anomalies, we won't.
But this is how all EVs should charge.
I mean, or better.
Or better,
Better's always good.
This should be the minimum.
This should be the minimum.
200 should be the minimum, yeah.
This is a 3-year-old Hyundai at this point, or, you know, car that they started selling in 2022.
Yep.
So yeah, 3 years ago.
Yep.
And this is what it does, and we still have manufacturers releasing EVs today, brand new ground up EVs that top out at 150 still.
Yep.
And 40 minutes and all that jazz. Like, come on.
All right.
Get with it.
Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Super pumped, super pleased.
Like I said, come back to the channel, check out all the content we're making. We got a bunch of EGMP cars, Hyundai cars, Kia cars.
If you'll hit the up arrow for me.
I'll hit the up arrow real quick.
There we go, 226.
There we go.
That's what I was looking for.
That's what we're looking for. And that's how we'll end our story.
That's how we end it.
Thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you in another EV Geek studio, review, video, whatever you want to call it. So long, everyone.